week. We had a wonderful week talking to authors of books, but we got a little bit different today. I'm Angela Cripps, the MD of the Recruiting Gym, and I've been following this lady for a number of years now since lockdown. Becky Holmes, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Don't say you've been following me because I hear that all too often.
Like a stalker. It really is. If I knew where you lived, I'd be there. No, but that sort of is relevant to the book that we're going to talk about. No, I love Twitter. I must admit, I don't use it as much nowadays. I probably just go to have a look at yours, if I'm really honest. Or like, oh, what she put recently, because you are one of those people that literally make me lol. The laugh out loud is very relevant. I would be on a train and I'd go, bah! And people would be like. And I'll be like, oh my God, because it literally is those ones where you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. So that's where it all started for me. So you share your story as to where it all started for you, as to why you've decided to write this book.
Okay, so the book is called Keanu Reeves is Not in Love with You. And I still love that title. I came up with it like 2 years ago and I still love that title.
I can't believe you're able to do it. I'm assuming Keanu has seen it at some point now, because there's so many links to it.
Okay, so this is part of it. Keanu is not on social media on any form. So he's not on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. He isn't on anything. And yet he is the most impersonated celebrity on particularly Twitter.
Probably because he's not there, so he's not got his lawyers on it or anything. He's not aware of it.
Because let's face it, he's lovely. Not only is he, reasonable to look at, but he's got this reputation for being kind of the nice guy of Hollywood. Yeah. Women love him, men love him. If you're going to pretend to be a male celebrity, you could do worse, couldn't you, really, than Keanu? But it started because I joined Twitter during lockdown. And
okay, so you hadn't had it before. So you literally were right at the beginning.
Yeah.
This all happened. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, even more impressive.
Yeah, so I certainly wasn't on Instagram. I was on Facebook. That was the only social media that I used. And I would get kind of random friend requests from very handsome men, and I just thought, well, I don't know you, so no.
Yeah.
So it was kind of easily dealt with. And I joined Twitter during lockdown because I was fed up. I had nothing to do. I was kind of talking to my friends on the phone, and I didn't want to watch the news.
Yeah.
Because it was depressing. So I joined Twitter because I thought, it'll be a different way to get what's going on in the world. And it wasn't the place now. How it is now is quite different to how it was then. Yeah. It's become quite toxic now. Anyway, so I joined Twitter, and within a few days, I was getting a lot of direct messages. Hello, dear. You look so beautiful. The kind of stereotype. And I was just blocking them and deleting them and not really thinking much more of it. And then a few months later, I thought, I'm fed up with you. So I thought, I'm going to reply and see what happens. And I started replying to this man, and I realised that he wasn't reading a single word that I was putting. So I started putting weirder and weirder things, thinking, well, he's got to pick up on this at some point. And he never did. Until at the very end, I started asking him to put a variety of fruit and vegetables up my bottom. And he said, pardon?
And then he got it.
Yeah, and then I started sending just emojis of these fruit and vegetables, and eventually he blocked me. And I thought, God, that's the most fun I've had in a few weeks. So every time I got a new person coming through, that's what I would do. And then I would screenshot the posts and put them up on Twitter.
Well, this is where I come in, because I must have picked up on one of your posts and then got caught in a thread. Didn't want to leave that, and therefore then looked at, okay, well, what else is here? What other? And they just all made me hysterical, because the stuff you come out with, I do look at it and go, how does your brain get to that point? So this is the Twitter So if you're looking for it, we'll put the link in the chat as well for everyone. So it's Becky Holmes Hates Spinach, which is great. Didn't used to be that, did it? You've changed that in the last year.
Nope, it's always been that.
Oh, has it? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was something else. I don't know
No,
why. I obviously had the Keanu Reeves stuck in my head.
But do you know what? I chose that because I was just going onto Twitter during lockdown. I didn't think I'd end up doing this because I've become the spinach woman. So that's kind of what I'm known as now. I'm often put in threads. Or can somebody tag me into the spinach woman? Yeah. So I can't change it because it's become a thing now.
Well, that's the thing, and this is the essence of it. I only date celebs, so we've got Keanu, obviously, the lovely Keanu, and again, great cover. But you've also had Brad, Liam Neeson, Mick Jagger, Prince William, brave US peacekeeping soldiers in Syria, all rig workers. Now, a lot of women will be relating to this now. And going, okay, and actually, you're not bad here. Look, the names that you're up against. If you like Becky, if you like Louis Theroux, you're gonna like Becky, so that's not bad, is it? To be linked in with him. There you go. So we're happy with that. But it's just hilarious. So this one you was probably where I came in because it was pinned at the top, and this is the UK pilot, Mark Patrick, and you said you went to Stockholm, and you've got pictures on there so that you can see the thread here, the detail in it, and when you start reading it, that's it, you're hooked. So it really doesn't surprise me that people said, Becky, you should write a book about this.
Well, what happened was there's an author called Kimberly Chambers, who is a fictional crime writer. She does like East End gangland stuff, and I love her stuff. She's like Martina Cole. She's absolutely brilliant.
Got it. Yeah.
And I noticed that she started following me on Twitter, and I thought, oh, so being a pathetic fangirl, I messaged her and said, "Oh my God, I love you." And she came back and said, "Your stuff's hilarious. I'm talking to my agent next week. I'll mention you." And I thought, okay, but again, didn't think anything of it. Just thought it was quite flattering. And then she did speak to the agent, and the agent and I started talking, and he spoke to another agent who he thought, essentially I got signed up.
Wow.
And
then you actually write it.
Well, the way that the publisher that we went with, Unbound, they are a mix between a traditional publisher and crowdfunding.
Yeah.
So essentially, people pre-order the book, and then when you've got enough orders to make the initial cost worth it, that's when you kind of crack on and write it, and it becomes like an official book deal. And that's when Unbound kick in with their PR and marketing and, and their sales.
Yeah, so they're monitoring their risk. They're making sure that actually this is going to be set. And that's where, and I was straight in there as soon as I saw it, and signed up to the crowdfunding because I thought, this has got to be a book. Yeah, we need more of this.
Wonderful, thank you. But it was great because I think they sort of say, right, you've got about a year to crowdfund. Mine was done in 3 weeks.
That just shows you, doesn't it? That's your first book. You'd never been an author before, but the need was out there, and it's not just about the hilariousness of it. And you've got some amazing people like Dawn French, Richard Herring, Dave Gorman, who I've loved right from the beginning, and the Google Wax and everything. I've seen all of this stuff. These people saying this book is amazing. When you've got that type of backing behind you, that must have felt great.